What's going on, YouTube? So I said in the past video I bought some new tools and I was going to talk about them a little bit. So I've picked up a new welder and welding helmet. There's some stuff I want to build that I think I'm going to need a better welder than this guy that I've been using for quite a few years. It's getting a little bit old, and I don't really know the first thing about welding, especially not TIG, but for some reason I have a desire to build a set of stainless steel custom headers for this truck. So I thought, well, I'd start out with a pretty decent product. This one actually come recommended to me by the company I bought it from, over the Miller. So I don't know, I was kind of set on the Miller, but they said, you know, if you're not really going to do a lot of production welding and are just kind of a home hobbyist, this is more than enough welder, and we're gonna give it a shot and see. So the first thing I got was this welding helmet from Amazon. It's an auto darkening helmet, which is apparently all the rage. I don't know. The old one that I had was just a regular old shade 9 lens. So, and you know, buying stuff off of Amazon, you like never really know what you're gonna get out of the deal as far as quality and stuff like that. It looks like it's got some maybe screen protectors, how to use it. It's made by Yes Welder. And I'll put a link to it on the in the video if anybody wants to check it out. It's got a nice little bag. Yeah, there it is. Controls on the side. Oh, it looks like it's already got some protective film installed over it. This auto darkening stuff is neat to me because I constantly get lost trying to find my place when I'm welding and stuff like that. So nice. Well, that's definitely a lot nicer than my old one. Padded, I guess headrest or whatever they called. You guys can jump in and correct me where I'm wrong, because like I said, I am not a welder. I don't really know a lot about welding, but I know that to do some of the stuff I want to do, I'm going to have to learn, and I'm going to need a machine that can actually do it. So let's go on. So they give you 30 thou solid MIG wire. So I'm guessing this is not the flux core stuff. I'm going to go tomorrow and pick up a couple tanks of gas, one argon and one a mix for the MIG, and so I've got enough to do both. Another project I'll probably try to do is build my own weld cart. I figured that would be a good start. First manual. Regulator. So that's the kind of plug that I'll need, because I'll do everything in 220. So interestingly enough, it's marked Miller on the plug. I don't know. I read that Miller made these, and then I read that Miller didn't, and so I don't know. Oh, it's a little thickness gauge. Looks like a wire gauge and a thickness gauge for the metal you're welding. Once again, one-handed unboxing. All right, so there's the unit itself. Here is the ground clamp, and I'm guessing that's the stick electrode, because this welder does do MIG, TIG, and stick. I probably won't do much stick welding. But yeah, so there's that. One thing this didn't come with was a foot pedal. Again, I don't know if that's really something necessary. Some of the videos I've watched said that if you're just doing steel, you set the amperage and weld. You don't really need the foot pedal. That's more for aluminum, and this is just a DC TIG, or a DC machine, so it won't do aluminum welding, which I don't have any intentions to weld aluminum unless you do it with a spool gun. But again, I don't think that I'll be doing much. It's probably the hose for the regulator. There's the power cord. Oh, so this twists off and you can pull the 110 connector off, I'm guessing, and hook up your 220 plug. There you go. Well, that's kind of handy. I don't have any plugs that match. I don't have any plugs that match this, so I'm gonna have to go probably to the hardware store and pick one up. 20 amp plug, so that's not a big deal. It should be pretty easy. I'm surprised it's not like a twist lock or something. Oh, there we go. So there's the TIG torch and some ends. Looks like some tips for the MIG and tips for the, I'm guessing those are the cups. One thing I did read was a lot of people were recommending getting the clear Pyrex cups. You get more visibility into what you're doing. So I don't know if that's something that's useful. Definitely let me know in the comments, because this is all new to me. I don't know how my adventures in welding are gonna go. The big gun, I understand, or tips. So maybe those tips in the plastic box were something to do with the TIG torch and not actually the MIG. Don't know. And then probably the receipt. Nobody cares. And then the machine itself. Oh, yep, I'm gonna one-hand that one out, not very easy. Let me put you guys down for a second. Let me get this welder out on the bench, and then we'll be right back. All right, so there it is, out of the box and on the table. You guys, most of you guys are probably gonna know more about what you're looking at than I do right now. There's the positive and the negative for what I assume is like the TIG torch, the MIG whip, that sort of thing. Not really much going on inside. Your spool and your wire feed. There you go, instructions on how to change polarity for solid core and flux core. Looks like a table for, you know, voltage and wire speed settings for what you're welding. That's kind of handy to have. I don't know if it's going to fit on my cart. I hope it does. If not, like I said, I'll just leave it on a bench until I get a new cart built, but it would be kind of nice to have it on a cart for the short term. So I did plug it into 110. This is another thing that kind of concerns me. I don't really know much about how durable these screens are on stuff like this, because that way I understand it. If this goes down, you're down. But there you go, there's kind of some more specs on the amperage that it'll pull off. It does have a TIG foot, like I said earlier, it does have a TIG foot pedal connection, and you can buy the foot pedal for it. But like I said, whether that's useful to me or not, I don't know. So there you go. So that's pretty much the new welding helmet. So I'll pick up some probably some gas tomorrow if everything goes to plan, and I don't know, start trying to figure out how to weld. So like I said, if anybody has any comments or feedback on this welder, or any links to good videos on how to, you know, TIG weld or MIG welding, I can do fine, but TIG welding, you know, if there's any good videos to watch for how-tos and beginners, share them in the comments, because, you know, with YouTube, everything, there's like 5,000 videos and 5,000 different ways to do the same thing, and I'd just rather, you know, get some feedback from people that actually do it and know what they're talking about and can point me in the right direction. So we can build some cool stainless steel headers for that, which is actually done, by the way. I got the oil pan back on, filled it with oil, not leaking, so that's cool. But anyway, thanks for watching this video, and see what we've got coming up in the future. There should be some pretty cool stuff within the next couple weeks, I hope. The rear end for this truck should be here. I talked to the shop this morning. They're saying it should ship next week, end of next week. So we may be putting the new rear end in. Gosh, these dogs sleep everywhere. Should be putting the new rear end in here in another week or two, and maybe going to our first autocross event with it here in about 3 weeks. So we'll see how that goes. There's a whole lot that could go wrong there. But yeah, thanks for watching. Everybody have a good day.